Chill. What's up, guys? First of all, very warm welcome to our Stockholm event. I'm very, very happy and proud that you guys are all here, and hope you guys had a good, journey to come here. I know some people drove hours and hours and hours. Some people took flights. Some people made the impossible possible to be here today. So I'm very, very happy because obviously it's all about you today. So we're not going to focus too much on myself, who I am, what I do. I'm just going to very quickly introduce myself, and then I want to get right into giving you guys value, because I want you guys to, come here today, not only be exposed on how to build an online business, how to learn about the markets, but I also want you guys to leave this place today with a lot of value, right? Because obviously you guys gave us your time, right? Or I'm speaking here, so you guys are giving your time, all of your time and energy and attention to me. So I want to give you as much value that I've, learned over the last 7 years to you guys back. Is that a deal? Are we good with that? Yeah. Okay. Now, I ask that at every event, right? Before we start, there's some rules, some things that I need to know about, obviously also you guys, right? So I ask that at every event, and I want to know if you guys are more laid back, so that means are you more chill, you don't want to interact, or are you guys a little bit open for interactions? What do you guys prefer? So who's for a little bit more interactions? Okay. I got that everywhere so far. So the funny thing actually is it doesn't matter which country I went to in this, and I've been to basically all continents so far besides the North Pole, if that's a continent, I don't know. And I don't know if I'm going there, but everyone always says, look, we don't want questions, we just want to sit there and listen, right? But I still want to do it a little bit interactive. Is that okay? Just a couple of questions, some you guys can openly and freely just say what you think, because if not, I'm like a professor, I just don't want to stand here for half an hour and just bubble, and you guys are like, okay? So that's first thing that is important for me. So we do it a little bit interactive. Number two is I speak very fast and I speak very honest. So I hope you're good with that, okay? Because I'm just very honest, right? I think that most people just need a little bit of kick in the ass so they wake up, right? That's what I guess people need. And I am very appreciative if people just give me a little kick. So I want to give you a little kick. And the third and last thing is, as you might already have heard, English is not my first language, but I always say I don't speak English, I speak facts, right? So if you find mistakes, you can keep them. So with that being said, let's get started. So very quickly, my name is Miguel. I'm in the industry since 10 years, in the industry of trading, investing, online businesses. Currently 27 years old. I live in Dubai since 3 years. And I grew up in Africa, in Namibia. I don't know if you heard about that. It's next to South Africa. That's where I was born. I lived there until 5 years, and then I came to Germany because my mom is German. My dad's kind of separated when I was 5 years. That's why I actually came to Germany. My mom, my sister, and me. And from there on, we had the normal struggles of life, right? Life happens to all of us. It comes down to how we deal with life. And my mom, my sister, and me, we always had to deal with life in a difficult way, right? At the end of the month, there was always too many days left and too little money. I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but too many days left in a month and too little money. So me growing up, becoming a teenager, I always had one simple question in my mind, just one of them. Because all of our problems, all of our struggles, all the fights always came because of money. Now, don't get me wrong. I grew up very well. My mom taught me everything about respect. She's my hero. I always say a woman made me a man. So I'm very grateful for that. But money was always a lack. So me growing up, I wanted to know just one little thing. And that's why we are here today. I wanted to know, why are there rich people and why are there poor people in this world? And what is the difference? And how can I become rich? Right? How can I become rich in terms of not luxury and buying all of these brands and stuff like that, but I just wanted my mom to have an extra $500 or $1,000 a month so we could just breathe a little bit easier. So I don't have to come home and see my mom cry because we don't have money, right? Now living in Germany, which is very similar to obviously I would say Sweden or even Norway where we went, is you guys have a very good social security system, right? People are they are helped, saved, there's money that you get and stuff. Same in Germany. So my mom and us, we always received money from the government, which I'm very, very grateful for. I went to school for free. I started school from the lowest levels, basically. I don't know how it works here, but in Germany there are 3 kinds of schools. There's the school for the idiots, there's the school for the mid people, and there's the school for the intelligent ones. I obviously went to the idiots, right? So I went to the idiot school for a couple of years, then I went to the middle school, and then I went to the highest school to get my, my high school done. That's how you would say it, to get into university, because I always wanted to become a lawyer, because I thought if I become a lawyer, I can save my mom, just in general, from struggle and people attacking us and all the BS, right? And on the other side, I will make enough money so I myself have a good life, they have a good life, I can help them, right? Now, with that being said, I struggled with this very question, why are they rich, why are they poor people? And I want to ask you guys what you think, right? So just say it out, Maybe you just lift your hand so we don't like all, say it at the same time. But what do you think is the difference in between rich and poor people? And then I will tell you what I think about it, and will tell you at the end of the day what my experience is after talking to several multimillionaires and millionaires itself, becoming someone that makes a lot of money and earns $1 million a year, and also like a lot of conversations, a lot of books I went through. Is that a deal? Okay, so who wants to start? What is the difference between rich and poor people? Information is very good. So the TPR, the Trading People Revolution, which is our community, our main sentence, our mission statement is information changes situation, right? But we'll talk about that in a second.
Poor people, they save up, and rich people, they invest and
Very nice. Very nice.
spend it in things
Yeah.
that will multiply their...
Yeah, so for the people in the back, she was saying that poor people save their money, right? And rich people rather invest their money instead of saving it in that sense, right? So there's a very big mindset of society thinking that how people become rich is by saving. And saving basically is the biggest BS. That worked like 100 years ago, right? When there was like enough, let's say, returns. But nowadays inflation eats your money. So even if you save money, if you everyday work and you put money aside, you leave it on the account, inflation yearly is going to be more like higher, eating your money from the account. So saving never made anyone rich. Saving makes rich people wealthy. Understand that. Very important. What else? Very good. Who's next? What is the difference? I'm just going to get my drink. Who's next? Who's next? What is the difference between rich and poor people? What do you think, Joey? Huh? What is the difference? So we had information, we had saving. What else? Mindset. What do?
See the money, like,
Yeah.
I think rich people save more in a positive way, and poor people
Mm-hmm.
associate it with more negative things.
Yeah.
You have to like work hard for this, have a lot of prejudice.
Yeah. Very nice. So she was. Did everyone hear it, or should I repeat? Okay. So mindset about money, right? How they think about money. There's actually a very good book that I read, which is called Happy Money by Ken Honda. He's a Japanese guy, and he speaks about like in general how Japanese people perceive money. And what I learned, for example, after this book, reading it and really studying it, is that most people have a very bad mindset. They're very negative towards money. Obviously, if you always struggle with money, I had, so I need to call out myself, because when I was younger, I started to hate money, right? I went down the route where I said, look, money is the evil of, that's the cause of all of the BS out there, that money is evil. Whatever we say in society, right? So for example, I'll give you a couple of things that mindset, society-wise, people think about money in Germany, and I guess it's pretty much the same here. So in Germany, they say there's only two things in life you need to do: die and pay taxes, right? That's their mindset. There's another one where they say money is the cause and the root of all evil. There's another one where German people say everyone that is rich is an asshole, right? That's what they believe in. So they think everyone that has money is someone that did something wrong. And also, just like a side note, I always talk about that because I find it so interesting, but think of you being a kid. What kind of movies did you watch? What kind of series did you watch? Basically, all the movies and all the series, especially from westernized media, they have one common goal and one focus. And that is portraying a rich person, a wealthy person, always in the baddest way as possible. Okay? Think about Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob. Think about Donald Duck. Think about all the Hollywood movies. There's always a villain. The villain is always what? Rich and an asshole. He's this and that and then that. So bad characteristics. So basically, we as kids sit there. You as a kid I was sitting there with 5, 6 while my mom was working in front of SpongeBob. And the only rich person in the whole series is someone that no one likes, no one loves, and he's the most disrespected one. And he's like, he's envying everyone, and he's like having a bad life and a bad mood, right? So we get intrinsically the information since we were born that being rich is bad. And we'll talk about why that is. But what more and what is the difference between rich and poor people? Think about the mindset also like deeper. Like how do they deal with life?
Going out from your comfort zone.
Comfort zone is a very big one, right? Rich people are most likely, I can tell by myself, like I'm basically never in my comfort zone, right? Because if I would be in my comfort zone, I would not be standing here. So very good one. What else? Yep. Risk taking, right? There's a very viral video in Dubai right now. I don't know if you saw it, but there's like an Arab guy in front of a Ferrari and he says, no risk, no Ferrari, which is true, right? Basically, that's it. What else? I really like the input that you guys are giving. Rich and poor. Ambition, yeah, they are more ambitious, right? Every one of us I would say every one of us like try to work hard, right? We try to be good in school and our studies and all that kind of stuff. But there's like a certain level of ambition and hard working, but there's another level. And most of these people operate, and I know them, I know so many successful people. They are insane on how much work and effort and what they put in, right? I do this since 7 years now. I've traveled just last year I've traveled to, how many countries was it? 16 countries, and I took 37 flights or something, right? So I'm constantly working, I'm constantly doing this business, right? So people that are successful, they put in a lot of work. If they did not inherit the money, obviously. That's another thing how you can be rich, right? Inheriting money. What else?
Poor people think about like money as in like numbers, as in like numbers on paper and stuff like that. But rich people think far ahead. Like their perspective is a bit wider. It's not just the money that you touch. It's like other things that are not tangible, basically.
I love that. So just like a different way in general of the mindset. I think the mindset topic we can put aside right now because we know the topic mindset is how we think about money, how we perceive it, what we can do with it. Another very big one on mindset is just how we perceive money. Poor people perceive money as this is something I can use to pay my rent. This is something I can use to pay my bills. This is something I can use to, at the end of the day, survive. Rich people or wealthy people think in terms of money, this is a resource, a tool I can use to build a legacy. I can do good with it. I can, give a house to my mom. I can pay their bills. I can, just like the way they perceive it, it's a powerful energy. Money is just energy, right? It's just something. At the end of the day, it's paper, and paper grows on trees, and trees are energy. Everything around us is energy. So you said it about the energy and getting the money into your life, like the abundance mindset, maybe like books, The Secret and stuff like that, the more esoterical, spiritual stuff, which I really love. But that's very true. Money is energy, and it is, if you hate it, and obviously you won't never have any. But if you like it and you change your mindset, which obviously takes a lot of time, then it will change. But let's go into another question. The question is, why do you think is no one interested, right? And debate me on the fact if not, but why is no one ever interested in giving us financial education? Not the kindergarten, not the school, not in studies, no one. Why are there no public meetups from the government of Sweden where they say, let's learn about money?
Competition.
Competition, in what sense?
So, yeah, it's going to be more rich people.
Perfect, right? So as long as they keep you stupid, there's not much competition, right? That's basically it. And they can control you. Very smart, right? Because as long as you don't have money, they can control you. There's an insane fact that I experienced myself when it comes to money, is that most things in life, in society, when you do something wrong, what is the punishment? Let's say you do something wrong. What is the punishment?
You pay for it.
You pay for it. So what happens if you have enough money to pay for it? No punishments, right? There's a certain level, obviously, where you pay with your freedom in terms of punishments, but a lot can be settled in money. So let's say, for example, we take a dog into an Airbnb where you're not allowed to take a dog, right? And this dog shits on the sofa, which he did. Now I have to pay $500. Okay, $500 for me is like 50 euros. It's not that much, right? Because the numbers change. Back in the times, $500 was for me a fourth or like two-thirds of my whole amount of money I make every month, right? So that's a lot of money for me. But now, since I make a lot of money, the $500 is like $50 for me. You know what I mean? The commerce move, they move. So it's just a basically punishment, and obviously that doesn't mean you should be a bad person, right? Like I didn't tell the dog to do it, but he did. And so I can just like pay it and it's off my mind. So a very big portion is that. In general, why are people, like the government, the system, and I'm not here to hate against the government or system. We should all be grateful that we have school, a society, rules, all of that is important. Because what I always tell people is it's not TPR, trading people revolution. Revolution doesn't mean a revolution against the government or the system or the country or hierarchies or whatever. It is basically understanding that life is life, everyone goes through it, but afterwards you need to decide what you want to do. And that means you need to start a financial revolution, an informational revolution inside of yourself. My mentors always said, Miguel, if you want more, you need to study more. You need other different information. Because the information that society, school, teachers, media give us is mostly very bad on financial education or not even existing. Why? Because they want you to stay dumb. Because as long as you're dumb, you go work, you pay taxes, someone that does not know how to return taxes and how to file tax returns and all of these things. Basically, you guys could just open a business for like 30 euros, a small business, right? And you could deduct so much from your main job already today. Your phone, your laptop, whatever. It's insane if you just have a little bit of knowledge how much less taxes you can pay. And someone said, very smart guy in Germany said, if you need to pay taxes, you can also and you should be able to reduce taxes. 100%. So what is missing is the information. School doesn't come and like, today we're going to learn about how you guys pay less taxes. Imagine that. Obviously not. So instead of being egoistic and dumb and thinking of, oh, one day I will learn about all of this, no, I'll give you a short story that completely destroyed my mindset, and I understood 100%. It was like one of these click moments. You know what a click moment is? When it's like, oh, you understand, right? Who had a click moment here once in their life? Hopefully all of you guys. Okay, perfect. So I had my first click moment in school where we had the topic. I was in business school, so I like obviously chose business because I want to learn about money. And I thought I'm going to learn about money. And there was a specific topic that I was so interested in, and I was waiting for it. It was in year 2 out of 3. In year 2, we started to learn in business economics about stocks, how stocks work, like how many stocks a company can give out, what are all the names, okay? Now, nowadays, I make a lot of money with stocks. I don't use not even one little information that I learned in school about stocks to make money with it. So what you learn and what you can use at the end of the day is a different thing. But the story goes as like the story is like that. I sit there and we finished the topic of stocks, and I was like, yeah, but like when do we learn about how to buy stocks and how to like invest into stocks and how you can make money with it, right? So I was basically waiting, and then our teacher comes in and she's like, so today we're gonna read another 5 pages and then we're done with the topic of stocks, and then we're gonna have a test on it. And I'm like, okay, maybe we're gonna learn now how finally we make money with stocks, like how do you invest into stuff like that, right? So the 2 hours are over, and she's like, okay, we're done. Next week we do a test about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, like what the fuck, right? I'm like, can I ask something, right? So I asked, like, when do we learn how to make money with stocks? And quote unquote, my teacher says, studied business economics for I don't know how many years. She said, this is only for rich people, Miguel. Perfect. So that was my click moment. I understood that I need to get this information for myself, because she will not give me, no one will give me this information, no one is interested in it, because who taught her about business economics? Who taught her? Okay. So what is the goal of university, or who controls university? The system or the state. Is the system, the state, the government interested in teaching you about making money? No, obviously not. So you guys sit here today, and one thing you need to realize, one click moment I hope you guys go out with today is no one will come and teach you about money. So I'll give you 3 life rules that are so important for me that I've learned over the last 7 years that I want to leave you with. Number 1 is that no one will come for you. No one will help you. Not the next president, it doesn't matter what happens in politics, in the system, in future. There will never be a day where the government wakes up and is like, yes, let's give all of our people enough money, let's teach them about money, let's put them a Lamborghini in front of their house, and let's pay all their bills and let them have a good life. That will never happen. You will have to figure out that for yourself. No one will come. Not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your husband, not your spouse, not your mom, not your dad, not the government, no one. No one gives a solitary, you can end it for yourself. Okay? No one cares. Just no one cares. You need to figure out for yourself right now what you're going to do with your future. Most people I see here are very young, and that is beautiful, because it is good to know about it now, because most of you are in the golden age. The golden age is between 20 and 30, where you have energy, no liabilities, you can still work very hard, you don't most likely don't have kids, right? All of these things, obviously, if you have, are no excuses. If you have a kid, if you have problems right now, if you have to take care of people, that should be your number 1 motivation why you do it at the end of the day, right? But you guys are mostly very young. So having the information right now can change your future, okay? So you need to focus on getting this information. So no one will come. Number 2, we just talked about information. Let me talk about information changes situation a little bit, so you deeply understand what it means. What is it that a human every day has to do? If we dumb down our interactions and what humans do every day on a very, just like one sentence, what is it that we have to do every day, all of us? Eat, sleep, what else? Rest, what else? Breathe, yeah. But do you decide to breathe, or does it happen automatically? Yeah, most likely it happens automatically, hopefully, yeah, right? Okay, so what else? Work. Okay, perfect. So you already see how deep it's in your mindset. Work out, gym. I like that. What else? What do we really do every day? Like dumb down, human. We think, and then what we do? Hopefully, you think first. You take decisions. So if you go down on what base level of humanity is taking decisions. Do I wake up? Yes or no? Do I breathe? Yes or no? If you can control it, congratulations, right? Do I have to go to school? Yes or no? Do I eat this? Yes or no? Do I say yes or no in general? Do I come here? Yes or no? Everyone today hopefully decided to come here and say, yes, I wanted to come here by my free will. And that's why you moved into a cab, into a car, and you came here. And now you're sitting here. So you are deciding. So human basic level of what we do every day is taking decisions. Now, you said something very beautiful, information. What do we take decisions on? Based on information, okay? So let's say your information, to circle back a little bit, your information comes from school, society, media, parents that are broke, and your friends that are broke, and the only thing they do is get drunk every weekend. How high is the probability of you taking financially smart decisions with the information that you have gotten over the last, I'm 27 years? Difficult, right? Very difficult. So if you understand that concept, you also understand that if you add new information about finance and everything that is important for you, then your life will change because you take decisions based on the information you have. Now, the biggest problem with humanity, and that's what my uncle taught me, and he's the only very rich person in our family. He's a multi-millionaire. And he said, Miguel, every day people take decisions based on the information that they have, and then in the future they reminisce about what decisions they took, not understanding that they took this decision based on their information. So how can it be wrong? How many times do we take decisions and we reminisce about them? We're like, oh, I should have done it like this and I should have done it like that way, or why didn't I do? But look, you did the best, the best to your capability in general to take the decision. Why? Because automatically the information that was poured into you have the subconscious mind and you have the conscious mind, right? And the subconscious mind is especially built in your young ages, in between 0 and 7 years. Language, character, right? Society in general, love, parents, that's when you are most receptive for information, then it forms you. Obviously, you are formed through being a kid, a child, right? Becoming a teenager. And most people, when they're 18, they don't grow anymore because that's when they finish school. So they will never add new information. So what do you want out of life if your information is low quality? So one thing, and that's point number 2, that everyone that is successful in life does is they look out for information. It is called information arbitrage. Arbitrage is the difference in between the information society has and the information the 1%, the 5%, whatever you want to call them, have. And the only thing they need to do is to tell you and not give you information about finance in general and tell you, you need to do this, go to your job, it's a good thing, study. And one thing they are very good in, and that's the last thing in point number 2, and then we move to point number 3, is that they are very good in forming your mindset and being careful, right? And being very, very, very careful if there's any opportunity that comes into your life that has nothing to do with the normal system. How many times do we have friends or people that want to do something? They're like, I want to do this business. I want to build this. I want to do here. I want to become a YouTuber. What happens? What does society always do with these people? What do you think happened when I joined this business and I started to build this business? What do you think happened to my friends, family? What did they say?
You're never gonna make it.
Perfect. So you discourage, you're never going to make it. Right? I don't know if you guys have ever tried something in life that is different than what everyone else does. Right? But what happens? People take you down. They tell you you will never amount anything, don't do it. You're going to waste your money, your time. This is a scam. Scam now, everything is a scam nowadays. I don't even know if people know what scam means. Scam, S-C-A-M, stands for still confused about money. And that's what people are, completely confused. That's why they call everything a scam. Everything is a scam, bro. But let's be very honest, and that's point number 3. Where is money made right now? Do you have anyone that you know that is rich? Anyone that made a lot of money? And ask yourself the question, where did they make this money? Where do people make money right now?
Digital marketing.
Digital marketing. Perfect. So everything that is digital, okay? Can we call it virtual reality? Is that okay? So digital virtual reality is everything that is on virtual, online, social media, nothing that is physical. So I can basically sit here or stand here, go onto this computer and build a business. Everyone knows that, right? Okay, so that is virtual reality, in a virtual reality. We could do this right now on a Zoom call, where I'm on a Zoom, so after this event, I'm going to be on an event in Germany, in Italy, I guess, I don't even know where it is, but obviously I'm not going to make it physically, so I'm going to jump on a Zoom call, and they're going to sit like you are sitting there, and I'm going to be on the screen, and I'm going to do business with them. Right? So I can do it in a virtual reality. So that is number 1, virtual reality. Also think of in general where people make money, but also think about you guys. What can you guys take out of this? Because you guys came here today because of one reason. You want to know what's in it for me. What can I get from all of this? And you should take number 1, that the future businesses are going to happen in virtual reality. What other industries are important where people make money right now?
Tech.
Tech in general, yep. Sorry? AI, perfect. AI is another big one, right? Who here uses AI? Daily? Okay. So AI is another big one. I'll talk about that in a second. What else? There are 3 major industries that you guys, everyone that I know that is monumentally successful, they focus on these 3 industries. Virtual reality, AI, and investments. But what kind of investments?
Bitcoin, blockchain.
Crypto. crypto. So investments into crypto, right? I've never heard about someone in Dubai. I have a friend, he's Swedish, he lives in Dubai now. He built his business here. He never came to me and said, look, Miguel, I invested into bonds. Now I'm rich, right? So he did crypto. So most people I know, especially in Dubai, obviously young people. So if you see someone in Dubai with a Lamborghini, either rich Arab parents or crypto, right? That's it. Most of them do crypto. So we have crypto, we have AI and online business. These are the three major industries. So if you plan to open any business, if you plan to study, if you plan to get experience in anything, focus on getting into these three industries in general. Not only about this business, because what we do in this business, obviously we are in these three major industries. But if you have any chance to get into them or study about them, because studying is not bad, right? Getting a job is not bad. It's all good. Like, you should be grateful to have a job. But try to get into these industries, because these ones are the few. That's where most money is made. No one right now that I know that is like in between 20 and 30, became a millionaire or multi-millionaire, told me, Miguel, I opened the restaurant. No, they said, I built an online business, I became a YouTuber, I invested into crypto, I educated myself about AI, I'm using these tools, I'm like basically doing these three things. So these are the three major markets, right? Now, one thing about AI, and then I'm done. Done with yelling at you, okay? Number three is the major three industries. One of them is AI. Now, what I always tell people, and I'm not a negative person, I'm very positive about the future. I know that people always make people, anxiety and fear. Oh my God, the future, and you will all die, and no one will make money. I understand, okay? Everyone comes with fear. Fear is good because we can use the fear as an energy. Fear is an emotion. Emotion moves, motion, and we can use this fear to build something great into the future. Because I would be scared right now, honestly. I would be scared to death right now, because I'm still scared, even though I'm doing very well for myself financially, but I'm still scared. Because I know that in the future, AI will replace a lot of stuff. Now, look, it's not gonna be like in like a Hollywood movie where there's robots gonna run around and shoot people and no one has a job anymore. Probably not, right? Society always figured it out during all the times, we always figured it out, right? I'm not scared about it. But what you should be scared about is that factually, if you have a job right now that can easily be replaced, right? Think of, for example, today is your working day. So today is Monday, for example, okay? And you don't go to your job tomorrow, or basically today, which is Monday. Right? What happens? What happens if you on Tuesday also don't go to your work? And on Wednesday you also decide to not go. What's going to happen? You get replaced. Why? Because value in business, that's a formula, value in business is how easily are you replaced? Right? So if you guys don't go to your job for 3 days and you're replaced, that also means an AI will definitely replace you. Because if your experience, your work, your whatever you're doing is easily replaced by a person, it will be 100% replaced by an AI. Now, the only jobs that mostly going to be safe are jobs where there's human interaction that is needed and important, okay? AI can do a lot of stuff. There's like, I was on the event in Gothenburg, right? And there was a lady sitting and she was telling me about she's studying medicine, and she was telling me that an AI did like a whole surgery, like they tested it and stuff like that. So basically in Dubai, I know they do surgeries with AI. So basically the robot arm cuts you open because it's more precise than a human, right? Imagine a doctor that had a bad sleep, only had one coffee. He's like in there, like, cutting your organs or whatever. An AI robot will not fuck up, right? It's like basically it's perfect, okay? So why should we continue to use as humans that have only one goal, and that is growth? Why should we continue to incentivize and pay people so much money if they can be replaced easily the next day? Do you actually know why most people are paid the money that they make? Because of laws. Because the government says at least for this job you need to pay the person that amount of money. If not, they cannot survive. If this would be a fair market, most of us wouldn't make any dime. Most of us would be completely effed. And you see this in industries, in many industries, right? In socialistic countries like in Germany, like obviously also in Sweden, I guess, jobs that are really important for the society, nurses, right? Daycare, all of these things, they don't make shit. They cannot even survive, right? So that makes 0 sense. So these people, even though they are difficult to replace, they still make shit money. So understand that AI will replace you anyways if you have a replicated job, if it's duplicatable, if it can easily be exchanged. And then number two, they will continue to pay people way worth and less because they just have an AI that does it without crying. An AI doesn't call in on Monday, I cannot come to the job. An AI is not like, I need to take a break and smoke a cigarette or go to the toilet. An AI is not, oh shit, I have a headache, I cannot come. An AI is not like, oh fuck, I came too late. It just works. So I'll give you one very big advice. And I'm finishing off with that because again, I said I want to give you guys value. These are the three major industries, right? Now, should you wake up every morning and say, oh my God, AI is going to replace me? No, but you should understand these things that I just said, because this information is discussed in like one of the highest echelons in life, where people live freely, where people made so much money. That's what people talk about right now that are financially very, very stable and free. Millionaires, multimillionaires, big governments, especially in this world, you see them adopting to this, right? Big countries nowadays, like for example the UAE, they want to become number one in crypto. They want to become number one in social media. They want to fund and help people that build online business because they know that is the future. I don't know, and that's really the last thing, because I can say so much about it, but that's the last thing I want to say, is that these three things are important. But just think of, if you have kids, and we have some younger kids here, right? And I really appreciate it. I love that. Sorry for the F words, right? But the thing that you need to understand is these kids won't most likely not choose and say, I want to become the next doctor, or I want to become someone like in an office that works. What do they want? What do you want to become if you grow up? Do you know? If you get older, what do you want to become? You don't know? What do you like to do? You want to be a football player? Perfect. Okay, football player. I saw here over there. Hi, what's your name? Yeah, all good. Do you know what she wants to become?
She likes animals.
Animals. Okay, perfect. I love that. So most kids, right, if they're a little bit older, if you ask them, I don't know if you have siblings or something, let's say like 12, 13, 14, right? Because in that age, they want to become princesses and doctors and football players and astronauts, right? And they want to drive Lamborghinis and Raris and stuff like that. But when they get a little bit older, when they're already in the system, and you ask them what they want to, someone here has siblings like 12, 13, 14, 15, teenagers. Okay, what do they want to be? What do they say? You guys know better than I.
My brother, gamer.
Okay, so gamer, streamer probably,
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
stuff. Okay, so online.
Exactly. Online.
YouTuber. Okay, so it's either gamer, streamer, YouTuber, influencer, that's it. So that's the future. Because if the young generation that's going to replace us in the next couple of years, if they choose to do these jobs, then that's what they're going to do. And you either offer them a job and you mentor them, and that's what we are about, teaching people right now today how you can become the mentors of the next generation. Because in my business, I'm very focused on the new generations, the kids, the teenagers. Because they will not come and say, look, I'm going to work a 9 to 5 for 40 hours a week and make $1,500. Most of them will say what we just said, YouTuber, streamer, invest into crypto, do this and this, online. It's all going to be online. And AI is going to replace the rest of the people that did not make the transition. Life is about transitioning and positioning yourself in front of trends. And what we do is a trend, and you're going to learn about it right now. With that being said, welcome to the TPR. Thank you.